Alrighty, let's get some practice in. Ooh, I haven't tried the Porsche on Sweden yet. Let's play around with that. Nothing like messing around and looking like a retard.
200 left,
I don't know what the hell that was about.
Don't cut narrows.
Ooh, squirrely.
Into right 2, don't cut, widens, 30, keep middle.
Try not to break traction too early.
Junction, into under bridge, into jump, 30.
Way too much power from this big old turbo on this car. All rear wheel drive.
70. And left 6, tightens, 3, short, don't cut. And left 4, very long, tightens.
Even counter steering. She's just a powerhouse.
Into left 3, very long, opens, and flat right.
I wish that they would give us the fastest laps for everybody's time with specific vehicles, not just the overall fastest lap time. Until I drove this track a lot.
Left bail out, 40. Big jump over
Ooh.
bridge, 30.
I knew it. No traction.
Right 3, don't cut, opens. And flat left 30.
Oh, there it is.
Right 5, into left 5, 30.
So I got force feedback set all the way to 100 right now. I might have to turn it down, especially when I'm driving a car like this in the snow.
200 and finish.
Because with this steering wheel, you feel everything. Ruts, tire slippage on the pedals. That's probably my slowest time on this track, because that's my ghost right there. 205, not too bad in this car, especially for the spin out. So if we go down to the online leaderboards, my fastest time, I'm sitting at 7th in the world right there, was with that i20 Hyundai at 138. That was a hard time to get. And yeah, I had I'd set that time I think on controller for that specific time, but my fastest time, I'm holding 3rd position in Mexico, and that was won the Fanatec. And I love the Fanatec. I feel like I can get a little bit faster time than a 205 with this car, but we'll worry about that a little bit later. Someone's talking smack. Alright, let's see if we can't try to chase that right now. I wanted to warm up a little bit, but let's see if we can't send it. The i20 is a pretty good car for this track. Very quick, very smooth.
200 left 3, very long, tightens, don't cut, narrows.
Very brutal with the force feedback on this car.
Into right 2, don't cut, widens, 30, keep middle. Junction.
See, my ghost is already getting ahead of me there.
30. Left 4 short and right 3, don't cut, 70.
I set the fastest section.
3 short, don't cut.
Oh, there it is. Nope. I set the fastest sector on controller and beat the guy's first sector for the fastest time overall on this track in the beginning of it. And I can't beat it. There's just, I don't know how I done it.
200 left 3, very long, tightens, don't cut, narrows.
It's like my smoothest part of his track. This is my favorite overall track.
Into right 2, don't cut, widens, 30, keep middle.
Yeah, see, I was just so fast through there on my ghost lap.
Under bridge into jump 30. Left 4 short and right 3 don't cut 70. And left 6 tightens 3 short don't cut. And left 4 very long tightens. Into left 3 very long opens and flat right. 200 left 4 very long tightens and opens 30 caution brake.
Get that little bit of weight transfer in there, slide through there as fast as we can.
Junction square left bail out 40 big jump over bridge 30.
Oh, no.
Right 3
So I just got the e-brake set up the other day too, so I'm getting used to that. You gotta bind everything and set the sensitivities all in-game and on the console itself.
Left 3 don't cut very long
So
200 and finish.
a 137 is quick. 142, so that is slow compared to what I've done before. And you've seen, like I said, statistically, that first section is where I gotta catch him. Oh, he said it even faster. I didn't even realize that. The fastest time was, once before, a 137.129 or something like that. And it wasn't held by Reigns. He's one of the other top competitors that I see on the top of the leaderboards. 138. Alright, see if we can't get a little bit warmer. I have a competition coming up in on the 13th of this month for the Rally Star competition. It's 11 competitions. They're going to choose 7 people at the end of it after a year-long training event to actually go and race a real junior rally car.
Junction into under bridge into jump 30. Left 4 short and right 3 don't cut 70. And left 6 tightens 3 short don't cut.
Nope, 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 nope. Got away from myself there.
And left 4 very long tightens. Into left 3 very long opens and flat right.
I gotta beat this section right there by 48. It's gotta at least be 48 or 49 to be able to keep up with that time. And I know that because I've raced on this track, I think, 258 times. Right through there, it's gotta be 102.
Right 3 don't cut opens. And flat left 30. Right 5 into left 5, 30. Left 3, don't cut, very long, 200, and finish.
Nope, too much throttle. Ah, it's still a 140. Whew. This game is so unforgiving. One little mess up and it's intense. I mean, if you look, I'm pretty sure I have the AI set to 110%, which is the highest you can get, and realistic damage. So, I mean, it's fully maxed out, and we're still beating the AI by that much time. That's 2 car lengths. A tenth of a second is a car length. So, I mean, we'll go to a different track or something. Check out, see what we got going on. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get the first on that. That's like I said, my favorite track overall. Might have to change up the car though. If you look and see, actually go to Not worried about that. I wanted to see the tracks. Esports. No. Oh, here we go. So that's Monte Carlo. I hate that rally. That rally can bite one. It was it. I gotta figure out which parts of. I think it's this one. Oh, we have now moved up because people have gotten even faster. 8th. We were 3rd or 2nd with that 131. Someone has now beaten it with a 129, which I'm starting to second guess some of these people with their times. Some of them, because it's one-offs. Like PRT, I've seen him and a lot of the leaderboards. Reigns, that was another one. This guy came out of just nowhere. I've only seen his name on like one track. There's a few other people that I've only seen on one track, and they don't compete online on the daily, monthlies, or anything like it. Because if you go over, you go to like our daily challenges, our weekly challenges right here. We compete, and when you compete in those, what happens is you get thrown onto the leaderboards, and with those leaderboards, it tells you who's a competitor, to be honest. And it's not calling anybody out or anything like that. But in a game like this, if your name is out there very often, and you're on the top 10 out of the world on a track or multiple tracks, then it's showing not necessarily just your skill base, but either how dedicated you are to the game, or, the fact that, you are a competitor and you play. If you've only gotten one track, either you only play that one track over and over again, which isn't a bad thing. Because like I said, you see what my favorite track is. It's the Rally Sweden Rallycross. The very open track, very flat out track. You can just hit the corners flat out and fly through them. But at the same time, if you're only getting a world record on just one track, and every other track you play on, you're in the top 500, top 1,000, it's like, I don't know, it's just questionable. Maybe it's a one-off. It could be. But who knows. Actually, while we're here, let me go ahead and look at this. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Oh, wait. Oh. Still not used to the hand controls on the steering wheel. Okay, that's a little bit high. Oh, still a little bit. What you want when you're doing these settings is when you pull your handbrake, you want it to match your speed, and when you pull it all the way to max pull, you want it to hit the 100% mark at the same time. You don't want to hit 100% before you hit your max pull. Okay, that's a little bit better. We'll hit our dead zone. See if that helps out now. I just plugged this in the other day. It was hard to set this up with this chair that I have because of the fact that I didn't have the bracket, so I had to make a custom bracket to make it fit. Oh yeah, that's a lot smoother. Hopefully that'll be a little bit easier when we're trying to use it and not just spin us all the way around. To get that set up, so that was the first time. It's the cherry car. Actually, I don't know the brand of it. It was only about $350, but it's the full mount, so it has recline and adjustable length for longer leg people as myself, and the mount for the steering wheel, the shifter, the e-brake, which wasn't the right one because it's the full throw hydraulic e-brake is what I have. So you actually pull it, it actually has full resistance, just like the pedal has full play, gas and brake and stuff like that in the clutch. You get the road feel. If you press the brake so hard and the tires start sliding, you can feel that in the pedals. It was a $1,400 setup for just the peripherals for the steering wheel, clutch, all the whole assembly, and then another $350 or so for the chair. So pretty decent. What do I want to do? Actually, we're going to get into a new career. Just go with our typical little name that we choose. We're going to do a junior WRC2 because that's what the competition is. It's on the 13th to the 18th. No, I'm not French. Ooh, we can do Moroccan. Huh. Memories. But it's 13th to the 18th. It's a 5-day event for the first one. You get 100 tries on the 2 tracks, I think it's going to be for the first one. And they're all practice. We'll go 120 on this one since we'll be going WRC2. Start off at the bottom with the 2-wheel drive, front-wheel drive car as well. We can go straight to WRC3, but this way you get a better feel for how it would start with the competition that's coming up. The competition car, though, it's 280 brake horsepower, so it's a lower horsepower car, but it's all-wheel drive. These are closer to the horsepower range, but they're only front-wheel drive. So with these cars, you got to keep your RPM band up without trying to spin the tires, and keep your acceleration going. So, decisions: forward, or forward. I like the livery on this one, so we're gonna go with this one. No tutorial. I've put in about 120 hours on this game so far, so we don't need no tutorial. Go ahead and set up our calendar. We're gonna train, and oh, we ain't got those yet. It's gonna be okay to go ahead and use up all that money that we have down there. Keep the highest people that we have right there, so then we can get rid of this guy. We also know that we can get rid of this guy. Let's see, we can keep these guys so we can go a little bit longer in the races before they get tired. But for now, actually, we don't need a third. So we'll just get rid of him. I can't get anybody else right now. Welcome to the team. Unfortunately, it's Ford. So, oops. Already spent too much money. Oh well. 3 extreme events. Do we even get enough? 6 weeks. Okay, so every time we get an extreme event, we're gonna have to do those if we want the extra moolah. Objectives, standings, nothing, of course, because we haven't done anything. Let's see what we can get into right now. So like I said, before we kick this off, front-wheel drive car. Best thing about these cars, super high RPM band. Pretty sure these are their 1.6 EcoBoost Ford cars, so turbo small engine cars. So what we're going to want to do is try to keep it high in speed and acceleration while also keeping the RPM band up, because if not, if you go slow speed, high RPM, we're just going to lose a lot of time. So the best thing to do is keep that turbo built up. See what I'm saying? Just taking off now. We've already try to keep those tires going. That was a bad turn. It's gonna be okay to keep it high revved for the turns. I hate front wheel drive cars. No fun. The SN loves to slide around, and when it does it, you just pull so much speed because all the front tires want to do is spin. We already got a silver time. We can definitely beat that. So trail braking, get you guys in on that. Trail braking is where you're still coming into the turn, hitting your brakes to be able to get a faster time and enter the turn a little bit better by gas and brake at the same time, because you want your front end to turn in faster than your back end. And with that being said, that was a bad turn. You're braking the angle of the car's pitch. So you're able to travel through the turn a lot faster and hit the apex a lot sooner and accelerate out a little bit better. Need to concentrate on being able to drive and talk at the same time. So essentially what you can do is you can hit the turns harder and suffer less penalty for going through the turn harder. But you can't always necessarily do that, you know, on every turn. Because some turns you're going to have to set yourself up to go slower through this turn to be able to come out of the next turn faster. But with something like this, where we're, you know, doing a training, it's 2 left turns. It's dirt NASCAR, essentially. See, that was a pretty good little trail brake setup. We want the ass end to slide out just a little bit more. A little bit too much, but that's fine. I think the game does have music, but I turn it off just in case. Copyright for one, because there are some songs that are actual copyright infringement songs. You know what I'm getting at. And then other songs are just kind of like, I don't think anybody would even care if you got struck down with copyright. Alright, I think it's enough of that. Good, stop the car. So we was able to hit gold. Like I said, with these front wheel drive cars, you have to keep your speed up, but when you hit the turns, you have to trail brake. So it's kind of one of those, it's a trade-off. So make sure you go into the turn, set yourself up for the turn, but you're always wanting to set yourself up for the exit, not necessarily just the entrance. So trail brake into it, but keep your RPM up by hitting the brake, letting off, and then coming onto the acceleration smoothly. I wish I had the little bar up on the side to show you how I'm working the pedals and how it reacts in the game at the same time. Might be an app for that. Get past all of this. Yeah, it's because we spent too much money in the beginning, but that's fine. Unless you guys are hearing music. Let me see. Oh, there is music. I just heard it. I have all that stuff turned down. Objectives, crew, Let's see. Gotta turn back on my controller. No. Where would those specific settings be at in career mode? It's a little bit different. Oh wait, do we have any? No, we don't have any of those yet. No. No. Hold on. We'll go back to... I hope I did not just back out of it before it saved. Anyways, there we go. Turn that down just a little bit, just in case. And these as well. Pace notes, I don't think you guys really care about hearing pace notes, so. I'll fix the seat real quick. Might turn back up the... Oh, there's one of our extreme events, so we still got to do 2 more after that. Once you guys see those, you're going to be like, holy shit. Start this event. Basically, essentially the same thing, bigger track, just right-hand turn now. I don't know what that was all about. I did not want to turn at all. You see, you necessarily cannot trail brake on this one because you would lose way too much speed in this car. It doesn't have the traction being a front wheel drive car on this loose surface. So, look at that, already got gold. The best thing to do is, see if you trail brake it, just kicks too much of the tail end around. Just try to keep it in 5th, maybe go down the 4th when you start into the turn. Trying to come out of the turn, kick it up in the 5th so you don't spin as much, hit the water, and then because if you tap the e-brake, you might be able to slide it around, especially now that we got it tuned. Or what you could do, listen to how that sounds. Ride the ditch line. It's a little bit cheekier when you have the full powered 380 brake horsepower. Sorry, I was getting distracted there. And there we go. That's nice. What button was it? Oh, there we go. Forgot the right trigger. Hit our windshields there. So we got the 2190. Oh, we'll take that. I hate that camera. I know a lot of people do, but the muffled sound of the car, I like to be able to hear the turbo wind up and the great sound of it. Ooh, we can spend some points. Should we put it towards XP? More people, as in team, which I don't really... We don't need team. We don't need to be famous. Or physical therapist. Make our people less tired. I say XP. Oh wait, that took 2. Wow. That was terrible. Alright, so this you're gonna see is crazy. Those are no fun. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna enjoy it. You guys are gonna see what this game is all about and how intense this game can really be. It's at night. It's dark. I'm not doing this at night in the cockpit.
Narrows and left 2, don't cut.
The car is damaged, so that's the whole challenge of it.
Right 2 into
You
left
get a random car. It's damaged. Probably, yeah, this one has no brakes.
cut 80.
So you can hear them. They're grinding or something's wrong. Probably a busted brake pad, caliper shot or something.
Cut narrows into fast kings, don't cut.
So it's grinding. So it's pulling me to.
I'm left
Pretty sure it's pulling me to the right. Yeah.
350.
And the steering wheel is literally beating my wrist to death right now. Because all these rocks, you can feel them in the road. You can feel the ruts. You can feel the brakes pulling you.
Into right 5,
You
very
can feel the turbo spooling up and not doing anything because the tires are just spinning. Pedals going crazy. Like it's amazing feedback.
kings, narrows and kings, keep in.
And we're done. So the first one's not too bad. Now on PS5 with the DualSense controller, it is not as immersive as being like in a chair with the shifter and all, but you still get it through the triggers because they're the adaptive triggers. When you're pushing the gas and there's something wrong with the car, it'll go halfway through very easily, and then it gets really, really tight because of the little motor in the DualSense. So that's a nice little feature. This game goes full setup on the haptic feedback that the controller offers. So I mean, even if you don't have this setup, getting this game, you can really enjoy it. And as you can see, if you're good at racing games, racing sims, and if you're smart about how you race, you can set world times with the controller. So I would suggest investing in this game. 4K quality is very good. I don't know if it's too late for some people out there that want to try to do that competition that I have entered in for the Rally Star competition, but if you still can, I would try because there's still 11 events. So, I mean, as you see, it's a fun game. Give it your best. You should have nothing but fun out of it. No penalties, that's easy. Extreme conditions, so we got that. I'm probably going to fail both of those because it's not going to give us any more extreme conditions. We're going to rest. Kind of like forces you to rest right there. So, manufacturer tryout. So what this is this is the next class that can be offered. The all-wheel drive, lower horsepower car. So I think it's a WRC2 all-wheel drive, and then you get the WRC3 all-wheel drive. Or I could be wrong. The Fabia R5. Yeah, I think it's a WRC2 all-wheel drive. So 280. What you do is you do your best, try to finish it as fast as you can in the time allotted, and then it raises your credit or skill award with these companies, and then they will offer you a contract at the end of your year, or you can just go ahead and bump straight up to them if you're good enough. Not on the first one, I don't believe, though.
Into left 3, keep into right 4, into hairpin left, cut 30.
I hate tarmac because of that reason right there.
Left 4, shortcut, into right.
We're gonna have to restart that one. I don't know what had happened. Oh, my controller turned off.
Into left 3, keep into right 4, into hairpin left, cut 30.
And it... Woo! Squirrely again. I hate this setup.
Left 4, shortcut, into right 4, short. Into left 4, into right 5, 100. Keep middle, jump over crest, 80. Right 5 long, keep in. And caution, left 4 brake, into chicane right, bumpy at junction. For flat left, into left 6, narrows, fence in.
So tarmac is very annoying because of that reason right there. You brake too hard, and you screw everything up. Whew. Hold on. Get the jitters out. Soft dry, maybe. Oh. Well, it says it's gonna be dry. We'll just stick with the softs. We'll just have to drive this car a little bit slower.
Into left left 3, keep into right 4, into hairpin left, cut 30. Left 4, short cut, into right 4, short.
There we go. They should be a little bit warmer now.
Into left 4, into right 5, 100. Keep middle, jump over crest, 80. Right 5 long, keep in.
It's never a good idea to accelerate over a small jump like that, especially on tarmac.
For flat left, into left 6, narrows, fence in. And right 4, narrows, opens long. Into left 6.
There we go. It's a little bit better. Oh,
And right 6 long,
I spoke too soon.
Caution, right 2, don't cut, into left 3, opens.
Ooh, son of a... What is wrong with me today? Okay, you gotta stop doing that. Oh, that'll warm him up.
4, brake 20. Hairpin left, cut into flat right, cut narrows, opens and tightens.
I am doing just absolute dog shit right now.
Right 1, don't cut it.
That's okay. That's the best thing about this channel is I get to do the dog shit and show you guys what not to do
And right 3 short.
and spend all the money on the crazy expensive accessories, and you guys don't have to.
Keep middle over crest. And right 6 long, keep in, into jump. And left 5 tightens, into right 4 short, narrows.
See, with the jump like that, I knew that was gonna happen because I accelerated over it. You do not ever... Fuck, I forgot. I gotta set on realistic. Somehow we went far enough to pass. That was terrible. Just god awful. Like I was saying, do not hold open throttle over those little whoops and those bumps like that, because what happens is you spin up, your tires smack the ground, and the acceleration breaks traction when you land, and wherever your car is pointed, that little bit of traction it does give you when you smack the ground sends you that way, and then you've already broke traction, so there's kind of like no recovering unless you lock up or get on the brakes hard, and by that time you've already lost the time. So word of wisdom right there. You see how not to drive on tarmac. Get more experience. We need to get that chief engineer. Rally Sweden. Love the rallies in Sweden. That snow driving is so fun. The AI there, though, is very intense, especially in the front-wheel drive cars, because unless they wreck, you're not catching up with them. Alright. Yeah, see, we didn't even get enough extreme events. Alright, no more than 1 minute of penalties. So, that's probably repair penalties. What we're going to want to do is we only have stud snow since we just started in here. I'm going to go to advanced springs. I want them to be a little bit softer. Maxed out on clearance. That's decent. Camber, anti-roll. We'll take that down to 5. Take that up to 2. Alright, so this is where I spend a lot of time. So it's all front. So we want preload. We want this to be at least 15. Acceleration, we'll take it down to 60. Braking. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Brake right bias. We want that to to be more towards the front since that's where a lot of our power comes from, because that helps when we're braking under power. And what that means is still on the throttle. Helps with slowing those spinning wheels down. Transmission, we don't really have to do anything because we already see the gear ratio. Especially in the snow, we kind of want to leave it where it's based at, because if you make it too tall, you're just going to spin. And even with optimal tuning up here, you're not going to get anything out of changing that at all. Alright, on to our first little junior rally that we have right here. Alrighty. Build up boost.
50, flat left over bump. And right 6, keep out, into right 3, short. Left 3, into right 4, 100. Flat left 50. Into flat left and right 5 medium over crest. Into left 4 and right 3 short.
I knew that was going to happen.
Into left 3 opens.
We saved it just by letting off the throttle and just letting the car slide.
Into right 4 narrows 50. And flat right tightens 4 into left 3 short.
4 seconds, they're fast. We'll catch up to them though.
Into right 3 opens, into right 4 keep in.
The thing about the junior cars isn't about wide open, because these cars aren't built like the all-wheel drive cars.
6 into right 4.
Just hitting the ditch one time, you'll destroy a shock tower, destroy a shock,
And caution, flat
riding the brakes too much,
big cut opens.
you will destroy your brake, pad, rotor, all of it.
Into right 3 and left 3.
So it's all about consistency, because if not,
Tightens 4 short.
one little wreck like this will completely destroy the car. And there's nothing I can do about it because the car just started sliding that way. So we're going to lose a lot of time right there, but that's fine. We can make it up.
Into left 5 opens 30.
Like I said, just keep your speed up.
Right 3 opens. Into left 2 short opens 50. And left 5 tightens brake into right 2 short opens. Into right 4 short and left 6 into bump into left 3 100.
And plus, these rallies in the beginning, crap.
Left 5
Are the
medium,
wider
right,
tracks,
right,
but
around wrong.
the less you damage your car, the better off you set yourself up for these harder rallies like
Into flat left.
Japan, Turkey, because you're going to damage your car no matter what, especially these smaller cars.
Caution, right 4 and brake.
They take damage like crazy. The durability on these cars isn't that great. See, a lot of people would want to look like a hard ass and slide around that corner completely sideways. You just lose too much time.
Right 4 short into left 5.
I probably would have hit that section right there at -10 down.
Into right 5 tightens over crest jump. And left 4 100. Crest into right 3 into left 4 opens 50. Left 5 30. Right 4 short narrows into left 4 keep in. Into right 3 for finish.
The best part about it is, that's our time for the first section. We're holding fourth, which is great. We're only 6 seconds behind. So we continue. Now we have a second. You don't get to repair your car in between stages. People don't understand that. Yeah, you can restart. Da 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 da. I only restart if I've done something completely retarded that I could have avoided. That was completely my fault. Like a complete fuck up.
20, right 5 brake for left 3, tightens. Into right 4, into jump, into flat left 200. Right 3, into flat left tightens, into right 6. And left 4 opens, 30. Left 4, into crest, into right 5. And right 4, 100. Brake for square right, 200, over bumps.
And what's crazy is I'm actually worse with these front-wheel drive cars. I'm way faster. Oh, we had a wrecked opponent right there. Way faster with the all-wheel drive 380 brake horsepower cars. See, now, not only have we caught up. Actually, no. So how it works is, this is our time for this section. Sorry, I misspoke. So now we're only 2 seconds behind. Total time.
Left 4 medium, tightens into flat right.
See, keeping up our speed there. Not trying to get on the throttle too much. That is a rough off camber. And what that means is it's sloped down. See, this sloped down, so it actually spins you down around here.
Right 4 medium.
Where that's a flat, you can flat track through there a little bit better. If they're pointed downhill and turning right, you gotta slow down. See, like this, pointed down, turning left. You have to push your car a little bit and see. You can come through there a little bit faster because the turn is actually pointed up. I was talking too much there.
Right into crest, into flat left 100.
And see, we probably now, with that time, 6.5, have already caught the leader and already taken first place in the whole section of this first rally part.
Caution, hard brake for square right.
Because we was only 6 seconds behind.
Left 5 short narrows into right 6 tightens 4 short 100 over crest. Flat right 100. Flat left tightens 5 over crest. And left 4. And right 5 into right 4 short. And dip into right 4 keep in. Into flat left long 100. Right 5 tightens over crest.
Whew.
And
13
right
seconds.
short into left 3 short opens.
At the AI being on 120
And right 5 short into
above,
crest into left 4
so 20% above, 100% hardened.
And right 6 into left 6 tightens 3 after junction 100.
See right here, it's almost a complete flat, so we can come through here a little bit faster. Flat meaning that it is a flat surface into a turn, which means you can come through there kind of quick. Now if it's dipped in, say it's a left-hand turn, and the slope is towards the left-hand side, you can come in faster. Now if the slope is facing down towards the right, but it's a left-hand turn, you got to come in slower than what you normally would because it's going to push you out to the outside of the turn.
And flat left 100.
See, flat left. So what this means up here is it's turning left. Flat left means we can come through there just a normal left-hand turn. If it's off camber, what that means is that the camber of the turn is pushing you outwards away from the turn, which means you have to go slower than what you normally would think, because it's going to take traction away from you, because gravity is going to pull you away from the center, the apex Apex meaning the hardest point in the turn, the center of the turn.
Into flat left 200. Left 6 and right 5 150 over bumps. Right 4 opens.
And now with that saying open, that means that we have a tighter turn with the 4, but we can come out harder in that turn because it opens up. Tightens means that it's, say it's a 4 and it tightens, means it probably tightens into like a 2 or something like that, meaning you come in at a 4, so you got to keep slowing down all the way through the turn. These are just pace notes, and you'll start to learn them as you progress through. So we hit continue, and now look, we've now taken the lead because we were down 6 seconds. We did 22 seconds, I believe, on that whole track. So we were down 6, you add the 22 to it. Now we're 16 ahead. That sets us up for that first done, the first day. So those two sectors are over, and we won those. So that puts us statistics as ahead at those sectors. Standings as of right now is it's just going to tell you the time because the rally is not over, and we don't want to do any of those. That'd be bad. Now you can go to what's damaged. So if you look at it, these are the percentages that are left. So if you hit this, it takes you back up to 100% fixed. These aren't like quick fixes or anything like in Dirt Rally or anything like this. It's just saying, hey, this is what we need to do to get it back up to 100%. So you always want to go for turbo, engine, transmission first. Always do those first, because that's where your power plant comes from. Next thing, brake, suspension. Aero and bodywork I wouldn't worry about unless it's a super fast track like Turkey's a fast track. Mexico out in the desert is a fast track. Africa, fast track. All of those, because that can actually delay you when you get up into 5th and 6th gear. WRC2 junior rally cars don't have a 6th gear. 5th wide open is 120 kilometers. So what is that, about 80, 90 miles an hour? I believe the conversion is, what is it, 30 miles per hour difference for the conversion. So somewhere around there. So the aero does matter, but I mean, at those slight differences in speed, you're going to beat the aero to death on the car anyways. So aero is always the last thing to change. Your brakes, of course, they're going to get wore out because you're constantly beating on them. If you can, change the suspension unless it's severely damaged, then that will be the thing you change first. But always do your maintenance on your engine, transmission, and turbo because you need that power. The steering, unless you crashed, do not worry about. It shouldn't get destroyed or anything like that. Usually, if anything does, it's when you smash into a tree or something like that. You destroy tie rods, ball joints, anything like that. The suspension, like I said, it'll cover shocks, shock towers. I think they go in depth in this game, as well as bushings and stuff like that as well. So I mean, if you have small crashes too, like you can damage bushings, and that's why it says mostly half the time it'll just say change part, and it'll cost money compared to just letting you change percentages of parts. And if it does change a percentage of part, it'll be those smaller parts. So always change those. Don't worry about your headlights ever. It's just a waste of money unless it's nighttime. Unless you know for 100% sure you're going to be racing at night, I would never worry about the headlights ever. Try to stay over like your full repair. If you got the money, try to always do as much repair as you can, unless it's the stuff you don't really need, because the more you can keep repaired between stages, the better your car will perform. And drive safe. Like, push the limit of the car, but don't send into a 2 series cut at 120 kilometers an hour, because it will not work. It's not realistic. No rally driver would ever do that. Ken Block does not send his $280,000 rally car into a turn like that. So don't try to be a hero and think that you can do it just because it's the game. You want to be smart. Fix the car, Car's good, great shape. We already know what we're looking at. We're looking at Karlstad. We've already raced. Now you're looking down at Torsby. It's 5.6 kilometers, 100% snow. We're not too worried about elevation, except for we know that the car is going to be running a little bit leaner because there's less air. So it's going to be more apt to running a little bit more aggressive. So if you take that in consideration, the car is going to want to probably take more damage on turbo if you don't have like the durability and stuff like that. But I mean, that's just stuff that, like, if you're really into the simulation side of it, to think about. You can mess around with the tuning and stuff like that to try to help with that. A little bit lower gearing and stuff to try to keep from spooling up at turbo so quick, and the lower gears to try to help with that. I mean, that's just stuff like that you can take in consideration. You look at the humidity; it's not too bad. Once you unlock like your meteorologist, it'll tell you if it's going to rain, if it's going to snow, what the weather's going to be like, cloudy, and the chances of everything. Then you can go up here, of course, and adjust your tire selection. So what we could do is you could always run hard, dry asphalt. It'll last a lot longer, but less traction. Soft, dry, better grip, wears out a lot faster. So at the beginning stages, or your first section of the rally, you're going to have great grip, you're going to set a great time. But that second stage where you can't change your tire, you now have to worry about being loose, going a little bit slower. So if you didn't make up a great time, or if you have wide open track, you can get away with that. So if it's a tight hairpin section and you're going to wear out those soft dries, is it worth wearing them out? You see what I'm saying? So if you have a tight hairpin section and then the second section's a wide open track, I would run hards through the first, so that way the hards on the second make sense. But then again, a lot of people would say run softs for the first section so you can get more, time through the hairpins and stuff like that. You're going to spend a lot of time in those hairpins anyways, just ripping the tires to pieces and spinning them. So use the hards, you'll have, more tire left after you slide through those hairpins and just unleash. And then when you get to the second stage, you'll still have a lot of tire left. I mean, it's just things like that. And you unlock that, of course, from going through there. So what we're going to do now, favorite track. Love this track. If you've seen any of my videos or anything like that, you've probably seen me on this track, so.
200 left 3, very long, tightens, don't cut, narrows.
Ooh. Change that brake bias just a little bit.
Into right 2, don't cut, widens, 30, keep middle. Junction, into under bridge, into jump, 30. Left 4 short and right 3, don't cut, 70. And left 6, tightens, 3, short, don't cut. And left 4, very long, tightens.
Oh, I'm on the outside of this track finally. Both my record and the practice is always done on the inside.
Opens and flat right.
That's pretty cool.
200 left 4, very long, tightens and opens, 30, caution, brake. Junction, square left, bail out, 40. Big jump over bridge, 30. Right 3, don't cut, opens. And flat left, 30. Right 5, into left 5, 30. Left 3, don't cut, very long, 200, and finish.
I spent a lot of time on this track, so pretty much know all the bumps on it. That is not a bad time to beat under 2 minutes with a front-wheel drive WRC2 car. Because like I said, the leaderboards of this track is a 136, and I'm at 7th with a 138 with a all-wheel drive, 380. These are a 280 brake horsepower front-wheel drive car. Actually, I think they're less because they're a front-wheel drive WRC2 car. Final stage. Let's see what we do. 4 bars PSI. Another favorite track of mine.
Into right 4 tightens 3 short. Into left 5 short, 50. Right 5 long, tightens 3. Into left 3, opens 50. Right 5 tightens 3, short, into left 5. Flat left over crest, tightens. Keep into right 4. And right 5, don't cut, into left 4 over crest, 50. And right 4 opens. And left 5, 40. Danger, hard brake for square left. And left 4 tightens, short, into kinks, 200. Caution, brake, crest into flat right and left 130.
Ooh.
Right 5 long, tightens 100. Caution, brake, right 3, don't cut, tightens into crest, keep in. Into right 4 and left 4. And left 2, don't cut, into right 4, opens 50. Brake right 5 tightens 2, short, into left 4 long, tightens 3, 60. Right 5 tightens long, keep in. Into left 4 short, 30. Flat left, 30. Left 5 and crest into right 5 tightens 3. And left 3 long. And caution, brake right 5 long, tightens, square right cut. Flat right and left 5.
It wouldn't have been possible without 360 some tungsten carbide tips in these tires.
Into flat right 50. Right 3 into left 4 opens. And left 3 into right 4 opens very long 30.
We are moving through this one.
And caution, right 3 short into left 3 opens. Into kinks. Left 3 short into flat right tightens 4, don't cut. Into left 3 short and right 4.
Let that turbo get too low. Get that pressure
Into
up.
left 5 long, opens.
Each section we're adding about 7 seconds on top of the competition, which is crazy.
Caution, right 5 tightens 50.
That's why sometimes you don't have to press it as fast as what you think.
Right 5 60.
Just being consistent, not wrecking.
Left 4 into right 3.
Like I said, the best thing about these front-wheel drive cars
Out and left 6 for finish.
is knowing how to drive them, A manual for one, don't ever drive automatic in these games. 335. Beat him by 23. Wow. That gives us a podium win. Beat him by... Wow. That is quick. Almost a whole minute. Almost a whole minute. Go ahead and skip our little celebration. Woo, celebrate. We are 33 points ahead now for the standing. Give us that money. Money. Pay back all that money that we spent on those crew chiefs and engineers and all that. Blah blah. New level 7 in our first rally. That's impressive. Don't really care about you cheap people. So I might, depending on what we have there. Let's see what we got. First R&D. Does it cost? Oh, it costs 5 points. I forgot. I'm gonna wait and get that chief engineer. Yeah, I'm gonna save up our little bit that we have right there. No, training or an extreme condition. I'm gonna say extreme condition. Yes, yes, yes. Mechanic. So you always gotta pay your little bills afterwards. You can see how much we damaged on our steering. 27 bucks. That's probably gonna be like a bushing or some type of bearing or a knuckle that goes from the steering box or such to the linkage. I mean, it's just simple things like that, and I mean, it just adds it up in the game. But I mean, a total of 4,000, which isn't too bad on like a $180,000 rally car. And of course, they step up from WRC2 to WRC3, which is I think $320,000. I mean, which is insane. So, yeah, let's see what we got on the calendar. We'll do this historic race. It's the Ford Focus, the RS. We might do the extreme condition on this and see. Oh boy, let's see what we got. Oh, it's in Sweden too.
50, flat left over bump. And right 6, keep out, into right 3, short. Left 3, into
This is
right
another
100.
insanely fast car. So yeah,
Flat left 50.
I'm staying a gear ahead of where the power band would love to be, because this car will send you flying.
Crest. Into left 4 and right 3, short. Into left 3, opens. Into right 4, narrows, 50. And flat right tightens 4, into left 3, short, opens.
It's got a big boy turbo on it.
4 into right 3,
It's only building 4 bars, but it builds at 4 bars quick.
into left 3, 100. Left 6 into right 4, keep into left 4. And caution, flat right brake for square left, big cut, open. Into right 3 and left 3. Into crest and right 6, very long, tightens 4, short. Into left 5, opens 30. Right 3, opens. Into left 2, short, opens 50. And left 5 tightens, brake into right.
You could just see the difference in an all-wheel drive car, and this is a Legend,
Short and left 6 into bump, into left 3, 100.
so it's got different ratings. But this car builds so much boost in a different RPM band.
Left 5 medium, bumpy, into right 1 around rock.
And this is the one we just did, actually, in reverse.
Into flat left, 200 over bumps.
I mean, it's almost a complete turd without the turbo, which is kind of nice, because if you just stay in that higher RPM band, you won't fucking die. But, when that turbo is lit,
Flat right into
it
left
will
5
send you
tightens.
wherever those tires are pointed, as you can tell.
Tryouts, right 4 short into left 5 medium. Into right 5 tightens over crest, jump.
Best thing about it,
4 100.
all-wheel drive, if you light the tires at the right time and they're pointed in the right direction,
Crest into right 3.
you can
into
save
left 4,
yourself
opens 50.
a lot of headache if you just downshift,
Left 5 30.
over rev, and
Right
get on
4
it.
short, narrows into left 4, keep in. Into right 3 for finish.
Like right here. Whew. That was a quick race. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that 248, and that's what the Yaris, that's one of the fastest turning cars in the game, so it handles turns really, really good. And that's what the legendary car, so those people who usually set that time, not to call them out, some of them, not all of them, some of the top tier guys don't do it. Some of the other guys that are like lower on the boards don't play on realism damage and stuff like that. You see them doing dumb stuff. I've watched some of the videos, smash into a tree and get sent halfway down the track doing flips and stuff like that, land on their wheels and still go and still set like crazy record times, beating like the top 50 people and all that. And it's just like, it's not a way to set a record. But I mean, not here to complain and all that. You know how it is. Everybody has their ways. That should have given some more R&D points, and it didn't. Huh. Okay then. Oh, you might not get R&D points for nope. We don't need you. Let's see. Can we get more? No, but we can recruit more. No, not at the moment. We can recruit them. Get rid of this person. It's all about keeping it very efficient. Saving our money. Part ways with that person, unfortunately. We don't have the meteorologist just yet. Do we have a better mechanic? No, not yet. We will get one though. What else do we have? Objectives. 2 rest events. Have we rested today? No. Let's do this extreme. Or we could rest. We're gonna do the extreme. No. I kind of don't want to do the no, we're gonna do the extreme. Yeah, see, difficulty 120, realistic. So that way everybody sees it. Not fibbing. It's up there. I need to go back and chase some more times. That's what this whole stream was about. See, oh yeah, this car's pulling us hard to the left.
Into left 5 short, opens long. Narrows into canyon at right 3, tightens 100.
Ooh. It's swirly.
Long tightens 4, narrows into left 2. And right 4 brake into hairpin left around rock 30.
Oh, the steering's damaged. That makes sense. I was wondering, I was like, I'm turning that way.
Very narrow. And right 2. And right 4 into left 3. And left 4 narrows.
Oh. Nah. We about died.
Into left 5 short, opens long. Narrows into canyon and right 3 tightens 100. Right 6 long tightens 4 narrows into left 2. And right 4 brake into hairpin left around rock 30. Danger square right into bridge. Very
This is a
narrow.
rough one. My steering wheel is literally kicking my fucking ass.
And right 4 into left 3. And left 4 narrows.
Oh, we about died there again.
Into slow kinks for right 2. Danger into bridge, very narrow. And left 4. And right 3 into left 3 tightens. Into right 1, very narrow. Keep middle, don't cut. And hairpin left into right 2 for left 2. Into flat right. And danger, left 5 brake over bridge into right 3 opens. And right 4 cut into left 4 long tight.
Whew, we barely made it. Whew. That was intense, to say the least. Very intense. Argentina is a rough rally. We got a new mechanic though. Whew. Rough. Did we get any points for that? This is where we can rest. No points. Wow. That is impressive. I need those points. Alright. Go ahead and do our little rest. Rest. Yes, rest. Historic in that focus. Really don't want to do it in that focus. Extreme condition. In New Zealand or historic race. Monte Carlo is a very, very rough one, and it's in the focus. So I think we're gonna do the extreme condition. Let's see, R&D. Oh, we do have it. We have the 5. So let's take the chief engineer. Get that one. Doubles the experience, you know, because yes. Recruitment. New. We need to get that meteorologist. That's going to be our next one. Start event. The rally. I think this next rally is not going to be fun at all. It should be a rally cross after this one. What tires? Alright, so we have soft gravel. Start day. Like I said, Argentina is a rough one. Rough. very fast pace, hairpin turns just out of nowhere. And
4 tightens, 40. Caution, brake for hairpin right, don't cut, opens long.
those rocks right there, those are the ones that are going to kill you.
4 over bump. And left 3 tightens, very long over crest. And right 5 into left 5 long, tightens over crest. And right 4 into left 4 long, 50. Caution, brake, left 2, don't cut, 50. Left 6 short and right 5 tightens, long. Into left 4 tightens over crest. Into right 4 tightens 3, house in, tightens over bumps.
I'm more worried about not destroying my car right now with these rock walls,
3, medium, don't
tight
cut.
turns.
Into right 2, medium, tightens. Left 6, brake for square left, don't cut, 30.
I knew that was going to happen. She didn't want to bite at all right there.
4 over bump, into flat left, short over crest. Into
So if you're having problems turning and getting your car to turn, what you want to do is brake right before you go to turn, but not hard. What you want to do is,
right 5 short, 40.
see how I got it to turn right there?
Into left 5, 60.
You want to preload your front shocks with your weight
Left 5
by transferring the weight to them.
short and kinks. Into left 3 narrows, don't cut, and right 5. Caution, brake, square left, opens 30. Left 5. And left 4 short, into right 3, very long.
Apparently the AI on this one today is just super quick.
Into left 5 short, tree in, into right 5, 50. Into left 3 long, opens 200, bumpy. Caution, left 5, brake, into right 3, short, very narrow, cut, into flat left and right 3. Into left 4, don't cut, narrows, keep into right 4. And left 1 medium, don't cut, into right 3, cut. And flat left tightens, bumpy.
Yeah, I know, about 11 seconds.
Into right 3 tightens, into left 4 short, don't cut. Into right 2, opens. Into flat left and right 5, don't cut. Into left 4, short. Into right 5, short. Into left 1, don't cut. On hairpin right, into flat left, small cut. Into right 4 and left 3. Into right 4 short and hairpin left, small cut. Into right 5 and flat left, into right 4 short. Into flat right over crest for finish.
Not our fastest time, but we was able to make it through. Car's safe. I am okay with that, because this is where we can hopefully make up a lot of our time. Making sure the car gets through safely is a good priority. Great. It's a great strategy.
Right 4, keep out, tightens 2, short 30. Open hairpin right, into left 3 short. And acute hairpin left, don't cut. And hairpin right, don't cut. Bail out, opens 40. Caution, right 3 into acute hairpin right, bail in. Into left 130. Right 2 short and caution, hairpin left, don't cut. Into right 5, keep in. And left 1 short, don't cut. And hairpin right, don't cut. 30 into jump. Right 4, keep out, tightens 2, short 30. Open hairpin right, into left 3, short. Acute hairpin left, don't cut. And hairpin right, don't cut, bail out, opens 40. Caution, right 3 into acute hairpin right, bail in. Into left 130. Right 2 short and caution, hairpin left, don't cut. Into right 5, keep in. And left 1 short, don't cut. Into finish.
Hopefully we made up a lot of time there. 2:20. We only made up 3:07. We'll have to take it. Moved us down to 7th. Like I said, Argentina fast, quick, and the AI is ridiculous. Showing you, like I said, my strategy. I always do those two first. That was a great little setup. Hopefully we can make up our time there. Ooh, fast track. 4.5.
Left 4 medium. Into right 3 medium, 40.
Having issues with my shifter there. Shifting up, wanted to make it shift down.
Flat right and left 4 short. And right 4 short, 40. And left 4 tightens 350.
Oh no.
Left 4 uphill.
That's gonna destroy us right there.
And right 4 short. And caution, big jump into flat right, keep in. Into left 1 tightens. Into right 2.
I don't know how I saved that there.
Into left 3 medium, opens. And left 5 into right 4. And left 4 medium, tighten 150.
We'll be lucky if we finish a podium on this rally.
Right 4 opens 150. Right 5 and keep right over crest 50. Right 4 and left 4 100. Right 5 and left 5. And right 5 into left 3, don't cut, medium. And right 5 into bumps. Into left 4. And flat left 30. Left 3 medium and right 3 long. Into flat Flat left tightens, bumpy, don't cut, 50.
I knew it was just going to lose more time.
4 and right 4. Keep middle over crest. And left 4 tightens, 3 into right 5 short. And left 6 tightens, 4 bumpy.
Now I'm full throttle, full
And right 4 tightens, into left 4.
mashed out. Getting that extra XP is going to help us, but
Medium, 30.
yeah, that's not gonna be good at all. The extra XP helps us and all that, but there's other upgrades that would be more beneficial in these first couple rallies. Your upgrade path, at least in career mode, is very beneficial if you choose the right one. But the extra XP is a very good way to go.
And left 4 short.
But some of these cars are very particular in what you need to do.
And right
A very good one to go is the turbo lag.
and left
Maxing out your turbos, anti-lag.
left 4 uphill.
And I'll show you guys that upgrade path here in a second.
And caution, big jump into flat right, keep in. Into left 1, tightens. Into right 2. Into left 3, medium, opens. And left 5 into right 4. And left 4, medium, tightens, 150. Right 4, opens, 150.
The turbo lag and the low end torque is a good route to go
Right 5
for these cars.
over crest, 50. Right 4 and left 4, 100. Right 5 and left 5. And right 5 into left 3, don't cut, medium. And right 5.
Like I said, you can't be the fastest on every track
into left 4.
in every section. So those tracks that you know that you can really get on them
Left 3 medium,
and pour the
right
heat,
3
you
long.
really got to pour the heat. Because I mean, I'm as quick as this car can be on this track, but that's the thing.
Into flat left, tightens, bumpy, don't cut, 50. Into left 4 and right 4. Keep middle over crest. And left 4 tightens, 3 into right 5 short. And left 6 tightens, 4 bumpy. And right 4 tightens into left 4. And left 4 medium, 30. And left 3 short, over bump, keep in, 40. And flat right, small cut, 50. Flat right into forest, 50. And flat left, 30.
We got some kind of damage somewhere. It's not showing up on the little indicator yet.
And caution,
Feel it in the
right
steering
three
wheel.
into left 4 cut. And right 4 opens, long. And left 3 over crest. And right 3, 40.
Yeah, I need that low end torque and that turbo lag upgrade next. Because those hills were eating me up. Not enough torque to keep us pulled up the hill. They pulled us up to 5th from, I think, what, 7th? So we have to stay ahead of the pack to at least get a podium on this one. We have to get a podium. I want a podium. Tires are pretty wore out.
30 flat right bumpy, keep in.
With our tires being pretty wore out, it means that we're not going to get the traction that we need to keep the RPM band up and stay in these turns.
Don't cut, 30, caution. Left 3 bumps, keep in. Into right 5, hard brake. Into left 3, don't cut, opens into forest.
I'm pretty sure it's the same track, just reversed, isn't it? Yep. I believe it is.
Keep in, 40. Left 5 long, 30. Right 6 into left 5, 50. For right 3 over crest, narrows, opens. And right 4, medium. For right 3 short, into left 3 short, 40. Right 4 long over crest, tightens. crest into right 3, keep in. Crest into left 4 short, downhill.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Into right 4, bumpy, 30. Right 4, bumpy, don't cut. Opens into left 3, long, keep in.
Tires are getting too worn out.
Right 3 short, opens. And flat right over bumps, into right 4 tightens, into left 5 tightens. And right 4 don't cut, and left 5 short. Right 4 tightens, into left 5 short, 50. And right 4 keep in, into left 3 short, 30. Flat left over crest and left 5 opens, 50. Left 4, 50. Right 4 tightens long, narrows. And left 3 short, tightens into brake. For right 3, don't cut, tightens.
I have no front tires left.
And left 1. Into hairpin right, opens. Precaution, big jump, into left 5, tightens 4. Into right 4, 50, into forest. And right 3, don't cut, tightens, into flat left, 40.
Somehow that's working for me though.
Left 3 short, 40. Right 3, don't cut. And left 5, 70.
That hurts the fact that I know that it's crunch time and we got to get this done to be able to get that podium.
Very long over crest, tightens.
Well, spoke too freaking soon.
And right 3 long into finish.
I do not think that that's going to get us a first. That got us first. Wow. So we did get the podium. Still off for 16 seconds, but I'll take the podium. I will take that podium. Yeah, once we got towards the end and I knew that the tires were just getting destroyed. That's the only bad part about the softs. Once they get past like 80-some%, I think it's like 87, you just notice that they just start going down quick. Ooh, another mechanic. Another mechanic. Ooh, I am burning up. It's like 65 degrees outside. It's like 62 in the house. And with this steering wheel, I mean, you just get beat to death. It's crazy. 7 Newton meters. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's constant over and over and over again, it slowly starts to wear on you. Alright, so we got the meteorologist. Now it's time to start upgrading our car's ability. Oh, okay. Does it not let you? Huh. Okay then. I don't know, I've never done the junior RC. Like, career, at least. Weird. Okay. Definitely can go ahead and do agent? No. Let's do the financial advisor. So that way Alright, now we are set. Hold on, let's go make sure we have the recruited best meteorologist. Oh, wait, oh, I gotta get rid of a... We can get rid of you, right? Can we? $33. Hold on. Declaring day. Okay. Um, 36. Okay. So we need to get rid of this financial advisor. Just go ahead and do that, and then pick up this one. Oh yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. There we go. Do we have better agents? Physical therapist. Alright, we're looking pretty decent right there. Standings, 55. We need to rest. I am not looking for that Skoda. We'll rest up. Rest up again. There we go. Oh, no soft tires. Yay. Ooh, gotta use the Delta. That's a good one. Ooh, the Mark II. Gotta do all those. Come on. Let's see. R&D, no points. What's the next one? Yep. I think this is the Lancia. Rear-wheel drive car. If it's the right Lancia. Yep, this is going to be fun. It's in Mexico.
Right 4 short and left 6 short, brake.
Very powerful B-class rally car. Means it's a lot of power. Deadly 80s series car. If you don't know what the 1980s was like in rallies, you should definitely look that up.
Into left 3, don't cut. And flat left over crest. Into right 6, tightens 4, 30.
one of the
5,
fastest series
right 5 short and
in
left
rally
4 long,
racing.
tightens 3
Unlimited
over crest,
amount of
30.
power. I think this one had, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to misspeak, depending on what series this is, big turbo, so
Right
it's
4 tightens and left 5 tightens.
upwards to 400 horsepower, I believe, with a big
Into
turbo.
right 4 tightens, bumpy.
Very unsafe car though.
Left 5 and right 4 long, tightens 3, fall out over crest.
Yeah, like see, they are just leaving me behind because these cars were just
And right 3
phenomenal.
and crest and right 6.
I'm trying
Left 5,
not
keep left 50.
to wreck this car during this
Left
historic
2, don't
event
cut,
because
bump into right 4, 120.
I like driving this car, but I don't want to go all out. But it looks like I'm gonna have to. Well, first restart of this event.
100 right 4 short and left
See how it
6
just falls flat on its face right there? Until that big turbo spools up, this car is just
into left 3 short.
an absolute dog
And right
turd.
3 narrows, don't cut, 80, bumpy. Left 5
Once it spools though, like I said, launching these cars in the direction
and right
that they
5 into
want to
left 3,
be
don't cut.
is the only way to get these cars to.
And flat left over crest. Into right 6 tightens 4, 30. Into left 5, 30.
I think these were H pattern too, so I mean even more of an annoyance if I wanted to drive this with my shifter instead of my paddle shifters on the steering wheel.
Left 5 tightens.
Sorry. Car's beating me to death right now.
Into right 4 tightens, bumpy.
To be very nostalgic, it would be very annoying.
Left 5 and right 4 long, tightens 3, fall out over crest. And right 3 and crest and right 6. For crest into left 5, keep left 50. Left 2, don't cut and bump into right 4, 120. Right 5, don't cut, 80. Caution, left 3 tightens, bumpy, don't cut, into right 3, don't cut. Into left 4 short, don't cut, and right 3 cut. For left 5 brake, into right 2 cut, 30. Left 6 very long, into. Left 4 tightens, deceptive, 50. Into left 5 tightens and right 5 medium tightens, 80. Into left 4 bumpy, keep in. Into left 4 tightens, 3 short over crest.
The AI is just moving with this car.
6 narrows over bridge.
That's what it was like to race an 80s series car right there.
Into right 5 tightens, 4, don't cut.
Very deadly.
Left over crest and right 4, 40.
I am driving the hell out of this car and still behind.
Into left 3 short,
That was full clutch kick and everything.
40, right 5 and left 3 opens, don't cut. And hairpin right, don't cut, 30.
Straight over the hill. Whew. See if we can't get any faster. I'm telling you, these cars are hard.
100 right 4 short and left 6 short, brake. Into left 3 short and right 3 narrows, don't cut, 80, bumpy.
Well, there's
Left 5,
like
into
5
left
seconds.
and right over crest.
AI is nuts in this car.
Right 5 into left 3, don't cut. And flat left over crest. Into right 6 tightens 4, 30. Into left 5, 30. Right 5 short and left 4 long, tightens 3 over crest, 30. Right 4 tightens and left 5 tightens. Into right 4 tightens, bumpy. Left 5 and right 4 long, tightens 3, wall out over crest. and right 3 and crest and right 6.
There's nothing you can do with this car. Nothing. I'm going to have to give up on this one. Yeah. That was terrible. 80 series. Look them up. Intense. Very intense. They were quick, overpowered, deadly, unsafe cars. They actually ended the B class in rally because of those cars. And bystanders, for some reason, would just love to stand right beside them. Ooh, Finland. We could try this one. This one's gonna be fun. Mark II is another crazy one, but this one's all rear-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive.
20, flat left long, don't cut. And right 5 narrows under bridge and flat right. And caution.
It's a rear-wheel drive.
Keep in long, 30, caution.
Naturally aspirated.
Hard brake for hairpin right at junction, 40.
Monster of a car.
Right 3 cut and left 5 long, 40.
Well, that didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. Ooh.
20, flat left long, don't cut. And right 5 narrows under bridge.
It's like driving the Porsche. You have to let off that throttle way earlier, downshift a lot, drive over the hill, flip, wreck, die, crash, boom, and you win. I gotta stop being so distracted.
And right 5 narrows under bridge and flat right. And caution, hard brake, left 2, keep in long, 30, caution.
Oh, did it again. That's the same spot. Alright, we might have to take a break from those extremes. I might actually have to take a break, stretch my legs from this chair. I think I'm going to end the stream there for a bit. Stretch my legs out. I will jump back on at some point, do this again, to keep practicing for the upcoming event on the 13th of March. For the Rally Star event. You can actually see it. Where is it? No, that's not what we wanted. Usually it's here somewhere. But it's called Rally Star. I don't know if they're gonna be showing that online or not, or streaming that or whatnot, but I will probably stream during that if I'm allowed. Get some more practice in. This is the first time, I think, in 3 weeks that I've been on the wheel. I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls and a few other things with my buddy who's currently deployed right now. Big shout out to him and doing his thing again. But yeah, I'm going to take a break, probably stretch my legs and stuff like that. I might get back on later today. I think my homeboys are wanting me to play Warzone again, so I might stream that later. But other than that, I will catch you guys later.